Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode here on Talk Daily. Hopefully, you have a great day wherever you are in the world, and let's dig into the story, which is a 2022 BMW eDrive 40. If you notice a lot of i4, eDrive 40, it almost feels like those auto manufacturers don't yet have a concise name for things. They gotta make sure that you know it's an electric car. So there's like the I and then the Ford, letting you know what series it is. And then you have E, it's not capital. And then you have D in capital, drive, eDrive 40. I don't know. I just wish they just sorted out. It's a 4 Series, electric 4 Series. But, I'm nitpicking because this car is actually a fantastic car. It's rear-wheel drive. It doesn't have the dual motor like the the M40. It's fairly, in my opinion, I think it's going to be the bread and butter for those electric cars that BMW is going to be selling to consumers because it gives you good range, good mileage, good looking, well built, and the price is reasonable. Let's look at the data sheet before we look at the pretty pictures. They'll give you the conclusion in 5 seconds. It's gonna have, how much does it cost? $64,000, $820 for fully, when I loaded. Base price is $56,395, which I think is very good. Very good. Option, you got driver assistant professional package. I don't know what that means. It's just a bunch of stuff that BMW puts in for, I don't know. I'm just trying to get to the point here. So, what do you get for this car, and why I think this car is good? The speed is fairly good, but all I care about when we look at electric cars, I look at the range. 282 miles. That's fantastic. That is great. That's good. You could live with that. And the tire, it's not like you're running on little skinny tires. You're actually running a 245, 40, and 255 in the rear, which is, big fat tire. 0 to 60 in 4.8 second, quarter mile, 13.4. I think that's fantastic. The car is a little bit heavy, 4,600, 4,700 pounds. It's not a light car, but it's a good car. It's a pretty car. Again, some people still have issues with the front. I'm not going to go to front facial BMW. If you don't like it, it is what it is. I personally looking at it, it's fine. It looks better on the electric than it is, honestly, in a gas-powered BMW. Again, the side profile looks good. It looks sleek. It's a pretty looking car. It's nice. It really is. I don't have any issues with it. The back of the vehicle, it's starting to kind of look a little bit more like Infinity for some reason, like Nissan. I don't know, but it's just my opinion. And the one thing I have quarrel with, or not my favorite thing, I'm gonna jump into. Of course, the interior of the BMW is great, beside for that big iPad. I don't know. I wish I integrated a little bit better than just have it like sticking out like this. That's just my opinion, but you really get it like built into the dash. Does it have to really stick out like that? I don't know. I just feel like a piece of lumber just sitting there. I don't know. I understand. I understand why they have that, because you don't have RPM, you don't have gauges. There is obviously temperature when it comes on because the engine do get hot. I mean, the electric motor do get hot, but I'm not a big fan of this. It's so distracting, and it just has nonsense on it. You don't need any of this stuff when I'm driving. If I'm driving, I don't need any of this. I mean, I have my phone for navigation, and we're good, right? Anyway, but that's just me. I don't need any of that. And again, I'm glad that BMW does have the button so you can adjust the temperatures. Not everything is interactive with the screen, so it's good. Again, I'm nitpicking. A lot of cars are doing this, not just BMW. So there's obviously it's kind of a trend. Again, this is a side look to it. I'm not a big fan. It literally looks like again, I don't want to keep talking about this. Beside that, everything else about the car is good. It handles well for BMW. Again, rear-wheel drive gives you 0.8 something 9 lateral G. So it's good. And if you turn off the traction control, the back comes out and you can do all the drifting you like. So again, the chassis is composed. The chassis is composed as you would expect from the BMW. And here's another look of it, showing you the speed. I don't know. It's different, cool. Okay. I mean, it gives you a lot of useful data: temperature, your range, your battery, and your speed, and power 100. I mean, by the way, it has regen only in the rear wheels, by the way, not the front. So they were complaining about the brakes being kind of when you're using regen, it's slowing down, but when you apply the brakes, all of a sudden the front brakes get, because you're applying the brakes, the front brakes will activate, and then kind of gives you more like a dip feeling. They were complaining about that in an article. I could see that happening, but Again, this is because we are, I don't say the cusp technology, but it's everything is getting updated and updates. So those are things always going to be ironed out. Not in this model, but in next generation model for sure. I'm pretty sure BMW is aware of that. Again, just more looks of it. I'm not a big fan of it, unfortunately. I'm just really lane keeping assist. Let me tell you my experience with that. I turned it off. I can drive with it. I am the pilot of this machine. I do not want to take input from the vehicle. I'm aware of the road. I know exactly where I'm going. I'm not distracted by anything. Thank you very much. No, man, I don't need that. And the only thing I like is radar guided cruise control. That's as I mentioned in my other videos when I was driving for like 1,300 miles. Yeah, it's good, especially like out in the middle of the desert. You do need radar guided cruise control just because, you know, just keeping your foot in that position is just really obnoxious. And radar guided is good because the car just. But another thing about a radar guided cruise control, I don't like it when it kicks in, try to slow you down. It really apply the brake really hard. And that was for a Toyota. It's a different car. But anyway, that's my take of all these assistant things. When I'm backing up, I turn around. I look where I'm going. Hey, call me old school. Moving on, the interiors again is fascinating. It's beautiful. I mean, I don't know, fascinating. The interior is really comfy. It's really clean. Again, the white, the BMW white with the black is very classic. I wouldn't go for that color combination myself because I don't know. I just feel like I will most likely spill something in there and it's not going to be white anymore and it's going to bother me a lot. That's just my take. Again, you can remove this, by the way, and then you have access. There you go. I'm glad they took it off. Hey, what do you know? That's sweet. I love this picture because it shows you the guts of the machine. You know, this is where the electric engine lies, the batteries, and you can see a lot of the stuff is going into is a lot of cooling involved. So, and this is for the air conditioning, by the way. I can tell that's air conditioning. Yay. So, moving on, that's the engine, the eDrive40, another shot of it. And I love how BMW always gives it like reinforcement for the chassis. That's so BMW. I think a lot of manufacturers, obviously, they do have that. I know Honda does that too. They have a little, like those beams on the side that's to help you with the flex of the vehicle. Again, it's just, all in all, again, that some people don't like it. I don't mind it at all, especially on the electric car. It looks kind of neat, and that's the eye, just a little hint letting you know it is an electric. And as far as the headlight, no issues with the wheels. I don't have issues with it. Again, the wheels, I think those are designed for more aerodynamic. And Venture S1 Sport, the Hankooks, those are kind of grippy tires. You're not getting those economy tires. You're actually getting some tires that have a good decent amount of grip. So the eDrive40, it's all in all, I think it's great car. They're comparing it. There's more picture. They compare it to the M50. I don't think it's really a comparison to the M50. Maybe because it shares the same chassis. The M50 has an additional motor in the front. This doesn't. But I like this one more because it gives you more range. It gives you more usability. As far as the horsepower, it's not slouch. 335 horsepower. It's plenty. If you look at the 430i, you only have 255. So you're getting more than enough horsepower, in my opinion. They're comparing it to the Tesla Model 3. I love the fact that Tesla is kind of holding the torch where everybody's just kind of like pointing to. That's fantastic, and hats off for Tesla for being in that position. Remember, this is BMW. This is $1 billion. I don't know. Insert amount of money, how big the company is, but BMW has been making a car for forever, and to see Tesla, I mean BMW being compared to Tesla is a great job for Tesla. I can't give him enough credit. Moving on, to talk about a longer range than the M50, well-controlled ride, attractive, intuitive curved display screen. I told you I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of the display screen. I don't like the fact that it just sits there like an iPad. Not a big fan of that. That's all. As for the range, then we're talking about the range. The EPA rated 301 miles with 18-inch wheels, or 282 miles with the optional 19. I say ditch the 19, get the 18. It's cheaper for tires. When you're buying tires, it's way cheaper. When you go from 18 to 19, you're paying a lot more, and you're losing range. For what? 18, you can get very good compounds for 18-inch wheels, so you can get plenty. So that's just my opinion. They keep comparing to the M50. I don't know why. The M50 is far more expensive. The M50 gives you 227 miles because that's 20-inch rubber. Yeah, that's irrelevant. Moving on. Talking about the sound. if you don't know, they do pump in those, I don't want to say fake, they synthesize the sound inside of your cabin. They kind of give you the sensation of moving, I don't know, like some sound, because we're all like in tune to know that you're moving forward, you're gonna make a sound. Anyway, you can turn that thing off. So they're comparing to the M50, they're talking about the synthesized EV interior sound. They don't like it, but in this car, you could remove it. You know, so the eDrive40, you could completely remove that sound, and you get 64 decibel when you're doing 70 miles per hour cruising. I think that's fantastic. That is fantastic. I do like the quietness. When I'm driving, I don't need any sound, so that sounds fantastic. Moving on, yeah. All in all, I think it's a great car. I mean, if you don't agree, let me know in the comments below. Oh, here you go. It's 0.87G, so that's what it did, and the 430i did a 0.9G. So, oh my god, little difference. Again, if you are gonna sit in this car and you're gonna do autocross and racing, I will ask you why. But there you go, if you want to do so. Again, most of these cars are not going to be seeing any of these G's in the normal driving, but hey, you have it if you need it. And again, there's rear-wheel drive, which is fantastic. Again, this is the screen I mentioned before. If you like it, good. That's the future. I hope one day they'll integrate that somehow into the dash in a classic format, in the classic. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe, you know, after looking at it and driving it for a while to get used to it. I'm not saying this is going to be the reason why you would not buy the car. Absolutely not. And so all in all, good job for BMW. I think this car is fantastic, and the price point is very good. $56,395. That is something what you would expect for a vehicle for BMW of this size. And fully loaded, it gets more expensive, but that's usually what happened with BMW. You know, you keep getting these options, the price do go up. For example, the sound, the Harman Kardon surrounding sound, it's $875 extra. I don't have a problem with that. Is it $950? I don't know. Probably like, that's just $1,000 extra. It's just those sort of things you should kind of get, because you can later on just say, "Oh, can I please get it?" Driver assistant professional package, active driving assistant, extended traffic jam assist. I personally, those are the things I don't want. I don't need that. Oyster leather. Again, if you like that color, that's the price for it. BMW does charge you for like different paint, and so I mean, a lot of people do that, so that's completely fine. So once again, this has been my take on what I think will be I don't want to say a flagship, but a good seller for the 2022 BMW i4 eDrive40. Anyways, as always, take care, and for everybody who subscribes. Thank you very much. I always appreciate it. And let me know what you think in the comments below. I always check them out. Take care, and have a great weekend wherever you will be. Take care. Bye-bye.